the unyielding loyalty of Hiroo Onoda. Have you ever heard a story so unbelievable that it sounds like it came straight out of a movie? Well, buckle up, because the tale of Hiroo Onoda is just that. Serving as a Japanese intelligence officer during World War II, Onoda's legendary saga of loyalty and perseverance took him on an unexpected journey through the jungles of the Philippines for nearly 3 decades after the war ended. It's a story of determination that continues to fascinate and sometimes perplex people around the world. Hiroo Onoda was born into a world of tradition and duty. Raised in Japan, Onoda joined the Imperial Japanese Army at the height of World War II, where his skills earned him a post as an intelligence officer. In December 1944, with military tensions at their peak, Onoda received a specific mission: head to Lubang Island in the Philippines and do everything possible to disrupt Allied operations. His orders were clear: never surrender and believe in the mission, no matter the obstacles. Little did he know, this mission would define his life in ways he couldn't have imagined. The siege at Lubang Island. Come early 1945, the tides of war turned against Japan as Allied forces marched through the Pacific. As they took control of Lubang Island, most Japanese soldiers were either killed or captured. Yet Onoda, along with 3 other comrades, chose a different path. They retreated deep into the wilderness, driven by their commitment to continue fighting. Equipped with only the bare essentials and their unwavering resolve, these men pledged not to give up, believing the tides would eventually turn back in their favor. Life in the jungle wasn't a walk in the park, far from it. For almost 30 years, Onoda and his dwindling group of soldiers adapted to the harsh reality of guerrilla warfare. They lived off whatever the jungle provided and resorted to liberating food from local villagers. Constantly on alert, they engaged in sporadic skirmishes with villagers and Philippine forces, whom they still viewed as enemy combatants. Despite finding leaflets claiming Japan's surrender, Onoda held fast, dismissing them as mere enemy propaganda. To him, the war was still on, and it was his duty to fight until the end. The search attempts and psychological trials. Over the years, efforts were made to inform and bring back Onoda and others like him who were hidden away on far-flung islands. Leaflets were dropped and search parties were organized, but nothing seemed to break through to Onoda. His mistrust was so profound that he believed every effort was merely a ploy to trick him out of his mission. Imagine the psychological resilience, yet also the toll of holding on to your duty so tightly that you block out every other piece of reality. Discovery and final surrender. In 1974, the curtain was finally drawn on this extraordinary chapter of Onoda's life. A young and adventurous Japanese traveler named Norio Suzuki decided to seek out Onoda. When Suzuki found him and told him the war had been over for decades, Onoda was skeptical. He needed orders from his commanding officer. Can you believe that? After 29 years, his former commanding officer, Major Yoshimi Taniguchi, was located and traveled to Lubang Island. He officially relieved Onoda of his duties, and thus Onoda surrendered, welcoming a new era of life and closure. Return to Japan and struggles. When Onoda returned to Japan, he found a country quite different from the one he remembered. He was a national sensation, a living piece of history, but adjusting to peacetime Japan brought its own challenges. The economic boom and cultural shift were far removed from the Japan of his youth. It was a tough transition from jungle survival to modern living, an experience that was both enlightening and disorienting. Later life and legacy. Seeking peace and simplicity, Onoda moved to Brazil to become a rancher, craving the freedom of open spaces over crowded cities. However, Japan kept calling him back. He returned to his homeland in later years, where he dedicated his life to teaching survival skills and writing his memoir, No Surrender: My 30-Year War. His story is a profound reminder of the endurance of the human spirit. Onoda passed away in 2014 at the age of 91, leaving behind an intriguing legacy that continues to spark debate about duty and reality. While his story can be viewed as extreme, it undeniably underscores the essence of commitment, though it also serves as a cautionary tale for accepting changes when the times call for it. Fun fact and conclusion. Did you know Onoda wasn't even the last holdout? Another soldier, Teruo Nakamura, was discovered in Indonesia later in 1974, showing just how widespread the phenomenon was, though Onoda remains the most famous due to the drama of his surrender. In the end, Hiroo Onoda's life is a rich tapestry of loyalty, sacrifice, and the powerful question of when to hold steadfast and when to let go. It's a story that makes us think deeply about our own beliefs and the lengths we'd go to uphold them. Until next time, keep asking those big questions.